Judging by that fancy new opening, you all guessed it, it's time for a new series. So I thought it'd be a really fun idea to make Star Wars The Old Republic characters in The Sims 4. I started out with the Jedi Knight crew, and I'm making them in the first household. And I started with making Kira, everyone's favorite Padawan. While you watch, I'm going to go into the ideas behind this, how this series is going to work, and what you can expect from it in the future. So, as of right now, Season 1 will just be me creating all the characters, and then after I have the whole town set, I have everyone moved in, I have all the households figured out and all the Sims living there. That's when I'll start playing, and I'll be streaming it on my Twitch, I'll be making videos of it, I'll be rotating the households, and you can all just kind of, join me on the adventure. So for now, sit back, relax, and watch me make Kira Carson, listen to the music. I'll be adding commentary when I see fit about the characters. If anyone has any questions about custom content that I use, or anything about the series, please ask me in the comments below. So as you can see here, they did not have a scar that looks like Kira's. So she is going without it for right now, but I will possibly try and find a custom content one at a later date and add it before all the gameplay starts. So that's just something to consider. When it came to clothing, I decided to give her something a little bit, on the modern side. Because as you see Kira in the game, she wears like that blue outfit with the gold. It just seems like very against traditional Jedi clothes. So I don't know. I guess you can say I kind of tune into like a bit of an edgier style for her because I just felt like that fit her. So enjoy watching me put all of her outfits together. This is formal wear. I felt like she wouldn't really wear a long dress. So I gave her that. For athletic, I just did something simple. I just gave her, exercise clothes. I know for pajamas, I skipped right over. I went back and fixed that later. After, I gave her customized and stuff, but I just never changed her outfit. So I did go back and fix that eventually. And for this, I was giving her a party outfit. So I kind of went back and forth on what I wanted to do with it for a bit. I think Kira did take the longest out of all of them because she was just so fun for me to make, and I wanted to get her as perfect as I could. And then, swimwear after party outfit. I just did something simple for her. Hot weather, I also went relatively simple. And then cold weather, which I also went, pretty simple with. Just something warm. Now, as I add her traits and such after fixing her makeup, I will go over that and her aspiration. Okay, here we go. I adjusted her voice to where I thought it was good. Gave her her walk. I was back and forth on her aspiration for a bit, and I actually did end up changing it to city dweller or whatever that one is. I felt like that fit her more. She was on Coruscant, so she's outgoing, she's good. And I was switching between a few other traits, so I gave her that one originally, but then I got rid of it, and I ended up giving her self-assured, because she's really confident in what she does. Now, after her, it's time to make Doc everyone's, I'm not going to say favorite medic, because some people really, really like him, where some people hate them, and I found that there's, no common ground in there. Because personally, for me, I'm not a big fan of Doc. He more just makes me lose my mind. Yeah. So here I am making him. I was randomizing Sims for a bit to find something that I could work with. It was honestly really hard because this game, when you hit the random button, is impossible. So I finally settled on this guy because he actually had a face sculpt that I felt like I could work with. So, you know, here I am adjusting, making him look perfect for Doc. I was testing out to see if any of the lashes would look good on him, but I decided to leave the male Sims without them just because it looked a little bit better. But I might go back and add them, looking at it now that I'm reviewing the footage. Who knows? Gotta give him that facial hair. Crazy mustache. Honestly, in like terms of how his face came out, I feel like I pretty much nailed Doc for making him in The Sims. Like, I don't know, I feel like he came out like really good for, you know, the materials that I had and everything I had to work with. So I also like how Kira came out because I already made her, I can say that. But yeah, I feel like I did a pretty good job with him. I hope everyone else feels the same. For his style, I definitely kept it on more of like the relaxed side, but also really nice because he is a doctor, so he can afford a really nice outfit. So that's kind of where the inspiration behind his came from. Then he has this crazy looking suit because you can't even look me in the eye and tell me Doc wouldn't wear that. Then I just gave him some basic exercise clothes after adjusting him a bit. Sleepwear, that was pretty basic too. I feel like he would not wear a shirt though and, you know, act like he was all that. Gave him party wear, and then swimwear, hot weather, and finally cold weather. He definitely took like a lot less time than Kira did. I think he was one of the shortest I did. I adjusted his voice to where I saw fit. Then I gave him his walk. And then for him, I picked serial romantic because, you know, how he is. And the romantic trait, I picked, it took me a while to pick his next trait, but I don't remember off the top of my head, so let's see. I picked bro, and I picked non-committal, that was it. So after Doc, I did Sgt Ross because he's the next companion that I get after Doc, I believe. So for him, I just made him a human. I made him an adult instead of a young adult because he looks kind of older. He has those vibes. I think I did that. Yeah, I did that here. And I tried to make him not look so cheerful. And I used a default face for this because I was having the same problem with Doc where I felt like I couldn't really work with anything else. So here I am fixing his face to adjust it and make it look more like Sgt Ross as much as I can since he's human. Adjusting the nose to look more like his alien nose. And I took a long while here because I could not figure out what color his eyes were. I couldn't tell if they were like green or blue, and I came to the conclusion that they're kind of like a turquoise color. So I just decided to go with a blue for them because I felt like that fit the best for him. So as you can see, I did that. I finished editing his face to make it look a little bit thinner. And to my surprise, I actually had scars that matched the ones that he has in game. So I gave him some of those, and I was very, very excited by that because, you know, it gives him like that gruff military man looking look, and that's exactly what I was going for. So I was very, very excited about that. And I gave him some age lines because, as you can see in the corner, he definitely looks a little bit aged. And I made his hair black too, just because I felt like it would fit right. So I was adjusting his voice a little bit early on and such. And then I was adjusting, you know, his build and everything as I did with everything else. Then I settled on outfit. I wanted him to look like some kind of like, you know, kind of tired, fancy military type man, because that's just the vibes he gives off. he definitely didn't take as long as Kira did, but I feel like he did take a little bit longer than Doc. With Doc, I was just like flying through it because I knew exactly what to do for him and what vibes he gave off. But for Sgt Ross, it was a little bit hard for me because, to be honest, I did not pay attention during any of his character conversations. And that's also why I had a little bit of trouble with the traits and stuff too. And his aspiration, I just couldn't pick it. I literally didn't know what to do with it. As you can see here, I was just looking through and scrolling through and like, what do I give to him? So I eventually just ended up with the fitness one. If I wanted to change it later, I could. So we'll see where we go. This is when I changed Kira's to City Dweller. And I wanted to see what traits she had, and I fixed her voice, apparently. Then I gave him traits. I gave him hot-headed, because he seems like he'd be hot-headed, and a loner. And what's the last one I did? Bookworm, because I felt like he'd be really smart. Oh, and then I edited his outfit again to make it the basic one. And from here, I made Lord Scourge, the one and only. Mr. took Revan himself and was working with the Emperor, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% caught up on his lore, even though I played the whole Jedi Knight story and read the Revan book. Head empty. Anyways, so I adjusted him. I made him an adult as well because he is supposed to be older. I made him kind of like, you know, the gruff-looking, tough, silent one. I don't know. I felt like it worked. And instead of red eyes, I did those kind of light brownish ones. So I felt like that worked. I took away his facial hair in a minute. I don't know why I didn't put it on there, but I feel like I removed that in a minute. Oh yeah, I did a piercing for his eyebrow because he has that kind of jewelry if you look in his pictures. Here I went in and adjust the face a little bit more. I couldn't really get his mouth to make it look like he wasn't really smiling. I wanted him to, like, I don't know, look a little bit more stoic, but I couldn't get that look, unfortunately. So it was as good as I got it. I think I made it a little bit more frowny after this. And I feel like I gave him a facial detail. Yeah, I gave him like a random mole or something, just because I wanted it to feel like, you know, he didn't have such a plain face. It could have been him, but it also could have been my Jedi. Now I don't remember. I made all these Sims last night, so. Oh no, there I go. Yeah, I gave him facial lines because he's supposed to be a bit older. There it is. Okay. Anyway, I wasn't going entirely crazy. And then for his outfits, I just did something kind of like casual, relaxed. I also kept giving him the eyeliner because it kind of helps his eyes feel more like they're shaped in the game. Sith purebloods have really unique eyes, and I just couldn't quite match that with everything that I had. As you can see, every single time I went to a new outfit, I had to go and change the eyes to the custom ones because they count as makeup in this game. And that was a lot, I'm not gonna lie. It was so much of Xing out of categories. Okay. And then for him, I gave him the Renaissance Sim aspiration. And then I gave him mean, snob, and hot-headed because those all seemed to fit him. And here is my Jedi Knight. I love making her. Her name is Lilac. She was the first character I ever made in the Old Republic. So while I haven't played all the way through her story, I played Jedi Knight on a different character. Lilac has always been very special to me. So making her was a lot of fun. I tried to experiment with an updo kind of like the one that she had, and then there's different hairstyles just for fun. But I did ultimately settle on a long hair. I believe it wasn't this one, it was a different one. I tested out some custom stuff too. This is the one I ended up with. And then I tried to edit her skin tone a little bit, but I decided that I could not work with the old face that I had. So I gave her one of the preset ones and went in and edited it to match Lilac the best I could. She really starts to look better with the custom content on her. Also, fun fact, I made up her last name just for The Sims, because in the game she's just Lilac. She's not Lilac Kerselin. Oh yeah, see, this is where I was giving her some kind of facial details. I feel like I gave her one of the beauty marks. Yeah, I think I ended up with that. Yep, I did. Okay. And for her style, she's always meant to play kind of like neutral. So I gave her like some outfits that are a bit more bold, some outfits that are a bit more reserved, just to kind of reflect that into her personality. I always make her makeup like really dramatic, and then her outfits are a little bit more subtle, except for the formal one. The formal one I really liked because of the way that it came out and just how loud it was. Really nice. Then I did exercise, sleep, that's not important. This is when I went back to Kira's pajamas, because I was like, wait, did I never do hers? Then I did party, which party I like went a little above and beyond, because it just fit her really well. I did swimwear, hot weather. I know I didn't narrate this for like any of the dudes, but you know, just bear with me here, bear with me. I'm trying to get this in one shot. Okay, then I did her walking style, I adjusted her voice, and I gave her I believe I gave her the painting one in the end, because I feel like Lilac would be like a very creative soul. So she ended up with the painting aspiration. Gloomy, because she's not really sure of herself half the time. She's a dog lover and an art lover. And why is she a dog lover, you may ask? That's right, there's one member of this crew that I need to add in. T701. But I just made him a dog named T7, because like I said, it's a modern type of AU. They wouldn't have a droid in their house, so I made him a golden retriever. As you can see, I was looking for the breed, but I couldn't find it. So I ultimately had to search it up, and I found it. But I really love the creativity you can access in this game with pets, because after I made him, I was looking at pictures at this point trying to see what T7 looked like, so that's why there's a big pause in any kind of work. I made his eyes blue, kind of like the T7 does have blue eyes. I don't know why, like a blue eye. I don't know why he doesn't have it there. But I started to color his legs white to match like his legs on the droid. I just thought that ended up really cute. I did his back legs too, but you can't really see because of the photo in the corner. Oh, there you go. Now you can see it. And then I decided to... Oh, that's when I accidentally colored him. But I gave him a white spot around his eye to kind of like match the circle around his eye light in the game. So here I am just checking to make sure that he's painted everywhere, that all of his feet and tail are perfect. And then I gave him kind of a squeaky voice, and I made his traits friendly, smart, and loyal. Everything that T7 is. So I did some extra checks on the family just to make sure that they were all, you know, perfect, how I imagined. And then from there, here's the finished family. I am so excited to work on my next one. There's actually a poll on my Twitter that will be running until Wednesday, I believe. Wednesday the 7th of July. So go check that out at Chessinspace on Twitter and help me vote on what to do next. I'm doing an Imperial class next. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you all so much for watching. All of my socials are linked below. Have a great day.